This video shows how to use the sound sensor on the microbit to trigger a behavior based on the sound level. We'll use the sound sensor to turn the LED array lights on when it hears a loud sound, then turn them off when the sound level gets quiet. Note that the sound sensor is only available in the version 2 microbit. This example does not require any programming experience or any experience using the microbit beyond knowing how to plug it into your computer. Having a microbit is helpful for doing this project, but you can use the simulator available in the programming window to run it and get an idea of how the sensor works. I'm Amy and I'm the founder of Wonkits. I create projects and resources for educators teaching computer programming to middle and high school students. If you have any questions or suggestions on videos you'd like to see, please leave a comment below. Okay, I'm going to click on the microbit icon and then click on New Project. I need to name my project and I'm going to call it Sound Lights. And then click Create. And this little tutorial, you don't need to worry about that. Just click that off the screen. And for this project, I don't need the forever block, so I'm just going to drag that off. And then the first thing I want to do is add a block that recognizes a sound event. And that's going to be located in input because the sound is an input. So click on that and then scroll down to the version 2 commands and drag out the on loud sound block. Okay, you can see there's a little down arrow here, and if you click on that, you'll see it also has a quiet option, but we're going to stick with the loud option for now. Okay, the behavior we want the microbit to exhibit when it hears a loud sound is to show an icon on the LED array. So click on Basic and Show Icon, and then drag that into the block. And this also has a down arrow. And just click on that and you'll see that there's many options for icons, and I'm just going to click on the happy face. Okay, let's look at this on the simulator. Your simulator should be showing a gauge like a temperature gauge to the right of where the LED array is. This gauge shows the sound level, and the sound level is shown numerically above it to the right of a microphone. The microphone is lit because it shows that the microbit is actively looking for a sound event. Okay, to simulate a different sound, we can just drag this gauge up and down. And when we drag it high enough, you'll see that it'll cause the LED array to go on. And then when we drag that back down, though, we'll see that it does not go off. And that's because we need to add an on quiet event to clear the screen. So let's go ahead and do that. You could drag a new event out by going into Input, but I'm just going to duplicate the one I already have out here. And you can see this automatically grays out. It's inactive because we have 2 duplicate events, and that can't happen. So let's go into the loud box and switch that to quiet. And now it's active. Okay, we want to clear the screen now, so let's drag the icon out, the show icon out, and then click on Basic and drag out Clear Screen and put that into the on quiet sound block. Okay, let's go back over to the microbit simulator and drag this up and down and see what happens. So I'm going to do this slowly so I can see about where it registers. And it's a little over 160 and the smiley face goes on. Then when I drag it down, it registers a quiet event just below 90. So let's go ahead and look at that on our microbit next. So to do that, go ahead and click Download, click Next, and then click Download as File. Make sure your microbit is selected, and then click Save. And your microbit should start blinking, and as soon as that's done, you can see that blinking on the back. Click Done, and then I'll test it by making a loud sound and see what happens. So that worked. Now let's go back into the simulator and look at how we can change the sound levels that are the thresholds for quiet and loud. To do this, go into Input, and this time we'll need to click on the More button for the more advanced commands. And then under Microbit version 2, we see there is a Set Loud Sound Threshold. And just like before, there's a quiet as well. We're going to want to set the sound level when the Microbit starts running the code. So we're going to drag it into the OnStart block. And let's change this number for Set Loud Sound to, I'm just going to move it up to 200, around 200. There we go, 202, that works, 197. Okay, and then I'm going to duplicate it. And I'll set the quiet sound, and we can set that down to something low. Let's try 80. No, we already had that. 50, 53, 49. We're going to set it to 49. Now let's test it in the simulator. So if your simulator, my simulator is grayed out here, and if that happens, just go ahead and click the play button. Now I'm going to drag this up, and we need to get it up pretty high. And sure enough, it lit up. And then if we drag it down, the smiley face disappears. Now you can download and test this code in the real world on your own. That's it for this video. There's a link in the notes below to a companion blog post that has more information on this project, and it might be useful for incorporating this project into a classroom activity. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching.